still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
All right, Shalom. This is Harwan by Yasha Allah of the GMS Lionz camp. I want to say Kal Halayim, Layahawa, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Harakak Wadash, Ma'amath, double honor to the elder apostles of GMS, and Shalom to your Akim and Akwatim around the four corners of the earth. This is Jeremiah 14 and 13. Then said I, Lord Yahweh, behold, the prophets say unto them, ye shall not see the sword, neither shall ye have famine, but I will give you a sure peace in this place. All right. The topic I'm going in on is this guy, Martin Lucifer King. You know, he was part of the Boule fraternity, and the Boule was known for setting up a shield to block, you know, these other secret societies. Man, they were set up to block the so-called Negroes. You know, as a cluster of Uncle Toms that they can pluck from, right? That they can pluck from at any time and send out to put Jake to sleep. And Martin Luther King was one of those people that they set up for the communist movement, all right? Because he was known as a marksman, following Marxism, all right, and communism. But he was also known to be doing homosexual acts, because he was definitely known as part of the Boule fraternity. And the Boule holds homosexual gatherings every year in Atlanta and different other cities and states. And Obama, Jay-Z, different people are part of that shit, man. All right, but I ain't gonna get all of that proof on that. Maybe one day I will, but the proof is out there. You know, we at the end of this thing, man. You know, if people don't get it by now, it just is what it is. But this is just to, you know, edify the elect. Add a little more to the point that's being made by all the Akim. All right. So it says, they, you know, because he gave assured peace in this place, America, if the so-called white men were to accept Jake, you know, into the stores, into the coffee shops, into the bathrooms, into be able to use the water fountains, into society. But really, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans are above the so-called white man, all right? They're not supposed to be equal to. All right, this is Deuteronomy 7 and 6. For thou art an holy people unto Yahweh thy power. Yahweh thy power have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth, man. So, you know, to gain some type of equality, that's still not living for the children of Israel. Look where we are now. They gain that equality. You know, the Illuminati consider themselves running the show, while the average lower class Edomite, you know, they at the lower ranks of society, right along with Jake. All right, being taxed, overtaxed, being called lower class, middle class. You know, eating GMOs, having to work every day. All right, getting paying these elite bankers with families with what's called sweat equity, by us all being slaves now, all right? So they enslaved the whole world under what they call the dollar, which is debt, you know? So that debt is that chain that has to be broken, you know, for that debt system to be non-existent. All right, so this is Jeremiah 14 and 13. Then said I, our Lord Yahweh, behold, the prophets say unto them, ye shall not see the sword, neither shall ye have famine, but I will give you a sure peace in this place. You got to really think about it. When he said, you know, should be no more bitterness and equality, and everybody should hold hands, and white men, black men, everybody united. You know, It's like, how was he assured? How was he sure that? Where was his proof? You know, the scriptures clearly spoke against that. All right. Now, this is Leviticus 20 and 24. All right, because from the beginning, the Most High set us up to be a holy people. Even though we're in the midst of these people, we're set up to be a holy people by keeping His commandments, His laws, His ways, believing in His name, you know, in His Son's name today, in order for salvation and life. But that's what makes us holy, you know, His commandments and His laws and truth. All right, so no matter where we're at. But He told us don't mingle among them, because if you remain among them, you remain among the congregation of the dead. And that's what these heathens are considered, the congregation of the dead. All right. Leviticus 20 and 24. But I have said unto you, ye shall inherit the land. I will give it unto you to possess it, and a land that floweth with milk and honey. Right, that's the land of Israel. All right. So that's where we're supposed to be at. That's where we're supposed to gather at. And that's a separate land, the land of Israel. Meaning He, Prince of Yahweh, Yasha. So that's our land. So, you know, we're supposed to be separated from these damn people. And that's when we have peace. That's what the word Yerushalayim means, city of peace. All right? The word America means bitterness. So everything we deal with over here is going to be bitterness. It don't matter what level we on. You know, now we have peace within ourselves, but it's still hell on the outside, you know, in this place. Because we have peace by knowing this truth. So ye shall inherit the land, their land, and I will give it unto you to possess it, a land that floweth with milk and honey. I am Yahweh your power, which have separated you from other people. All right, so that's just it, man. It says in verse 25, and ye shall therefore put difference between clean beasts and unclean, and between unclean fowl and clean. And ye shall not make your souls abominable by beast, or by fowl, or by any manner of living thing that creepeth on the ground, which I have separated from you as unclean. So this is the things that separate us, the laws, all right? That's what separates us from the people. Yeah, we, you know, we're humans right now, but the Lord said we are gods, man. When He gives us these new bodies, we definitely gonna be separated. All right. But what separates us once we're among, now that we're among humanity, is the laws, you know, the spirit. And ye shall be holy unto me. The word holy means to be separated, or sanctified. For I, Yahweh, am holy, and have severed you from other people, that you should be mine. All right, so we're not supposed to be trying to mingle amongst them or gain some type of equality. You know, no. You know, that shows you know, submittance. That dude, Martin Lucifer King, was sensitive, a submissive, false leader, man. Blind leader of the blind. All right, because he assured all you so-called Negroes peace in this place. And that's what got you to calm down and march and let them beat on you and torture you. But it was all set up by the Most High for that to happen, man. All right. So these nations could keep afflicting the apple of His eye, of the Most High's eye. All right. So it says, then Yahweh said unto me, the prophets prophesied lies in my name. I sent them not, neither have I commanded them. Neither spake unto them. They prophesied to you a false divination, vision and divination, and a thing of naught, in the deceit of their heart. So that's their dream. That's their emotional, you know, hope is for all nations to come together, for the whoopings to stop happening to our people at that time during the 70s and 60s. You know, that's what he hoped for. And that wasn't even part of his plan either. It was part of the damn Illuminati's plan to bring everybody together so they could tax everybody and set everybody up for the RFID chip. All right. It was, they later came with, you know, all these different laws and legislations. You know, now that they got everybody together, and look what's happening. They killing everybody, still killing Jake in the streets till this day. So his plan didn't work, and one of the main places that for people to get murdered in America is on Martin Luther King Boulevard in any city. You say, where you at? Martin Luther King Boulevard. They know that's a bad area, so-called Negro area. Alright. So it says, so his prophet deceit of his own heart. So he was being deceived in his own heart. He didn't have a beard. Right? You know, he wasn't teaching the name Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Right? He wasn't speaking about the Hebrew. He wasn't speaking about the children of Israel. None of that, man. So what? He said he'd been over the River Jordan. That dude don't care, man. He wasn't saying he was an Israelite boldly as a lion. You know? So it says, therefore thus saith Yahweh power concerning the prophets that prophesied in my name, and I sent them not, right? Because the truth represents Yahweh Hashem Shai, and they're not coming in the truth. They're saying they're coming in the spirit of the God of the scriptures of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob when he wasn't. Right? He was coming in a deceitful spirit. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh concerning the prophets that prophesied in my name, right? Because the word prophesy means to say before something happens. And he was saying, this is going to happen. If you do this, this is what happens. If y'all come together and let them drink out the fountains, it's going to be peace in this place. Nah, it's hell. You know, more lynchings went down after that. All right. And even to this day, look at Jake, man. They've been picking up nothing but traditions and wickedness from these heathen nations, and looking like these heathen nations, not acting like them. Want to be Esau, so-called black woman wearing blonde hair. You know, got that fake secretary voice that they can cut on anytime to get a job. You got so-called Negro man wanting to be a preacher. Uncle Tom, you know. So-called Negro coined that phrase. So it says, and the people to whom they prophesy shall be cast out in the streets of Jerusalem because of the famine and the sword. Right, and they shall have. Actually, no, Salaki, damn. Verse 15. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh concerning the prophets that prophesy in my name, and I sent them not. Yet they say sword and famine shall not be in this land. And this land talking about today is America. By sword and famine shall those prophets be consumed. And that's how he was consumed, man. He had a famine of the word that was given to him. And he also was consumed by